To order. John, you do the roll call, correct?
Yes, Madam President. Commissioner Budiszewski.
Here.
Commissioner Cummings.
Here.
Commissioner Eidbo.
Here.
Commissioner Kamish.
Here.
Commissioner Kaiser.
Here.
Commissioner Onasorosan.
Here.
And Commissioner Adams.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Has everyone looked over the minutes from the last EDA meeting? Tracy?
Just a misspelling on my first name, if it happens. It's with an I.
Okay.
My apologies.
That's okay.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the,
Yep, I moved approval of the minutes with correction.
okay, is there a second? John?
I second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to approve the minutes carried. And we're going to hear from Dan Olson, right?
Madam President, I'll be covering the EDA
Okay.
tonight. Yep. So regarding the first item, I have information I can put on the screen, but both of our items tonight are fairly straightforward, so
Okay.
I'll dispense with that. But basically, the first item has to do with the Hennepin County Brownfields grant for 3401 Douglas. This is sort of the last step in this process to get this project moving forward. We are requesting your approval of our grant agreement with Hennepin County for the approximately $169,000 that they have provided to the city for cleanup. And then we also are looking for your approval of the sub-grant agreement between the city, EDA, and the developer, because we'll be acting sort of as a pass-through, and the developer will be reimbursed through us from that grant award. So we actually need two agreements, and we're asking you to adopt the resolution before you that would authorize execution of both agreements, the grant agreement with the county and the sub-grant agreement with the developer.
Any questions? Any discussion? I entertain a motion to pass both the grant and the sub-grant, right? Those are the words?
Yes, the resolution, to adopt the resolution.
Okay. John?
See if I got this right here. I make a motion to approve a resolution approving the agreement related to a Hennepin County Brownfields grant for 3401 Douglas Drive North. Do you want me to add the second one to it as well?
That's the way we do it, right, John?
Just the resolution covers both.
Oh, covers both. Okay.
Yep.
Great.
I second that motion.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. And then the next item is to consider approval of an amendment to the purchase and development agreement for 4741 Welcome. If you recall, the previously approved plan for that 4-unit building, 2 of the units were going to be slightly larger than the other 2 units. On the advice of their financing, the developer is asked to basically have the 2 larger units reduced in size to match the 2 smaller units. These units are still going to be very big. They will be over 1,700 square feet on the first and second floor. That does not include the unfinished but finishable basement in each unit. And it does not include the garages, which are actually going to be a little bigger than planned, approaching 500 square feet now per unit. So at 1,700 square feet of finished space just to start per unit, that's actually a good-sized 3-bedroom, 2-bath unit. And for that reason, staff is recommending your approval of the amendment to the purchase and development agreement per the developer's request. And I do have images available if you want to see those if necessary.
So are these going to be owned or sold separately or rental?
The property is not, they have not platted it or done any kind of condominium to sell them separately. They may be able to do that in the future. The building will have a fire sprinkler system, so it could easily be condoized or whatever. But right now, they're not proposing anything like that. My best guess is all 4 units would be rented. And the developer, they did say that that was a possibility when the original development agreement was approved.
Any other questions? Tracy?
What was the original reason for having separate sized ones? Did they not know that they couldn't get an increase of income from, I mean, is this a new issue of not being able to get a return for the larger ones?
I honestly don't know the answer to that. The sense we got from what the developer has said is that they were, when they were trying to get it to finance out, or to pencil out the financing, that's when their finance person said, you know, you're increasing your costs, but you're not getting any value really significantly. And so whether they had to do this to make the numbers work, or there wasn't a return in it, I don't know. But I think it's a reasonable guess that at the time that they submitted these building plans, they had not gone through all the financing, and plus that was, over a year ago. So, I mean, the things have changed since then. So there could be a variety of reasons. And I guess all I can offer is speculation. Sorry.
Any other questions? Someone want to make a motion? John?
Make a motion approving amendment to the purchase and development agreement for 4741 Welcome Avenue North.
Is there a second? David?
I will second that.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Anything else?
Very quickly, Madam President, just wanted to let everyone know that some of you were able to attend the Crystal Vision Clinic ribbon cutting Thursday of last week. Thursday of this week, the 22nd, there'll be one at Odom Medical at 4 p.m. So hopefully some of you will be able to attend that one as well. Update on the wine thief and ale jail in the former Pizza Hut at 36th and Douglas. They're still working on figuring out the facade design and also getting their fire sprinkler costs together so that we can bring both of those applications to you for your approval. The EDA would approve the facade grant, and the City Council would approve the fire sprinkling special assessment financing. We have received a building permit application, kind of out of the blue, from Wells Fargo to convert the easterly 2/3 of the former half-price book space at 5600 West Broadway into a bank branch, I guess. And because they've submitted a permit application, it's public at this point. So, and the remaining 1/3 space, which would be the space between the Wells Fargo space and the Chipotle, would be some other use, a couple thousand square feet, might be a food use of some kind, but we haven't seen anything on that space yet. And before you ask, we have no idea what their plans are for their existing property about a quarter-mile west of that new space. It certainly is a potential redevelopment site. It's a couple of acres, maybe even a little more than that. So, but we have no idea, and Wells Fargo isn't telling us anything, although we have asked about what their plans are for their current property. So stay tuned on that. We will let you know as soon as we have any information. And then you may have noticed the Crystal Gallery Mall did finally paint those metal panels. And they painted it kind of an off-white color to match that color that's on the rest of the mall. So they did put some thought into their color selection. And it's still a 1980s vintage mall, but I think it does look a lot better, and we do appreciate them making that maintenance improvement to make that building look better. So I don't have anything else, but I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
I have a question. It's not very likely Wells Fargo will keep both locations so close to each other.
You all know I love to speculate, and that's something I won't even speculate on.
Okay, good enough.
They're being very deliberately tight-lipped about their current property. We have asked multiple times in multiple ways, and I think they're choosing not to say anything. Sorry.
Any other questions? John, would you like to make a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second it, Jim?
Yep.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Recording stopped.